Hello viewers, you are welcome to your show, my show, our show, the Digging Deep Show. Thank you ever so much for tuning into the program today. And this is a beautiful lady with an amazing story that she shares. Angelika, you're welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Lovely to have you here. You are an author, you are a coach, you are a speaker, you are a mentor, and this is one of your pieces.
Yes.
Great and awesome book, Free to Be Me, the ABC of being truly yourself. And in this book, you share your amazing personal story.
Yeah.
Tell us more about it.
Okay. Well, it all kind of, my life started to change when I was about 5.5. You would have found me standing on the kitchen table, my mother at my feet, trying to get the hem straight of my dress. And I was very excited because my life was about to change. Well, school time, I was excited. More friends,
yes.
more fun. So my mother just said, stand still. Because she needed to go next into go and get some pins in England, not needles, pins in the other room. And she wanted to make sure that I wouldn't fall off the table. So stand still. And so I did. Looking around, not thinking of anything much really, just feeling excited. And then my dad came in. And I said, Dad, look.
I'm looking good.
Yes, my dress. Isn't it pretty? And he goes, Angelika, stand still and be quiet. And I felt that made me feel a bit odd. Something wasn't right.
Like why? Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I felt his hand on my leg. And it just didn't feel right. I just didn't like it. I said, Dad, please, get your hand off my leg. Where's my mum? I want my mum. And he just told me, Angelika, be quiet. This is our secret now. So if you do tell, then I will send you to the children's home down the road. This is our secret. You are my special girl now.
Special.
Yes. So basically that was the start of being sexually abused by my dad, which carried on through my childhood, right into my teenage years.
And how was your relationship with your father before then?
It was fine, but it's a long time ago. But there would have been grooming, building up to that moment. He saw his chance, and that's basically when the abuse started.
And in your case, did you think of telling anyone? Your mum telling her about it?
Oh yes, but I was too scared. Yeah, I desperately wanted to tell somebody about it, but I just couldn't because I didn't want to go into that children's home. And each time I even would refuse, then he was stronger than I.
And the fear of
Yes.
like going down the road, you're like, I would rather stay at home than go down the road.
Yeah.
So now take us through your journey. So this was you 5.5 years old.
Yeah. So the abuse continued. You just would have seen me in my childhood just sitting quietly in front of a TV and not saying very much. The only form of a friend I had was in the form of a TV commercial. It was like a commercial which I absolutely loved. It was a mother bear and a baby bear, a baby of the mother. And in this commercial, she loses sight of her baby, then finds the baby, runs towards her because she was panicked. I mean, every mother can, knows what that is like. And then when she got to her baby, she just gave this baby this most loving hug.
Big hug.
Yes. And each time she did that, I felt that hug because that's what I wanted.
So in another sense, are you saying you never used to feel the love outside of you watching the commercial?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't know what it was like to be loved or to be accepted. It was like living, treading on eggshells all the time. He was an alcoholic, so there was a lot of abuse, domestic abuse going on. So it wasn't a very peaceful environment at all.
Years later.
Well, you would have found me 17, 18, being in a typical German disco. Lots of leather, but not the lederhosen that people may be thinking of. And I met somebody there. He came over to me. I spotted him, and he's looking at me, and I was a bit nervous. He came over and invited me for a drink, and we had, one drink led to another drink, and it carried on. So a few months later, we were living together and feeling very happy. I met the man of my dreams. Life was good. And we decided to come to England, to London, because with his work, he would have more contracts. He was a DJ, so more contracts and better money. And then things changed again. I thought I was living my dream, but until one evening, he, over dinner, he's like, Angelika, I've been thinking, you want to spend some more time with me during the day, but you can't because you're at work. But I know this escort agency where all you have to do is accompany businessman to dinner. And you would make quite a lot of money doing that. I said, really?
Like, are you for real?
Yes. But yeah, you maybe have to just work 2 days a week to make what you're earning now a week. I says, really?
That sounds lucrative, isn't it?
Yeah. So he says, well, even if you want to make more money, then all you have to do is let them touch you, let them kiss you. And even if you then want to make more money, then go to bed with them if you have sex with them. And I'm like, what?
My partner?
Yeah, this is supposed to be, this is my dream man. What has happened here? So he was fine with that I would do that. And he said, well, by the way, you can't tell anybody about this. So in that moment, I go back in my mind to my father.
The secret.
Yes, another secret. But also, what I haven't mentioned is that when I was about 9 years old, my father told me that when I grow up, I'd be working as a prostitute to make him a lot of money. You see, I believed my father when he told me there is a Father Christmas. I also believed him when he said he would send me down to the children's home. So subconsciously,
kind of
believed him. The seed was planted. This is how beliefs with messages, with words and with action, beliefs are planted from a very early age.
So in a sense, you're saying it's so easy to believe even the negative things?
Yeah, because you're not quite aware of what's happening, and especially as children. It is very powerful. So subconsciously, I believed him, and I attracted the man that introduced me then to this profession. You see.
So did you not stop for a minute to think about, really, am I going to get myself into prostitution?
I did, but also at the same time, I wanted to be loved. And it was almost like my father prepared me for this. I didn't know at the time I had a choice. And I wanted to show this man that I love him, and I thought that is what I had to do.
So I can do anything for you, basically. Whatever you say, I can do it.
Yeah, because that's the environment I grew up in. So, and at the time I thought, right, if that is what it takes, then not that I wanted to do it, of course not. Yeah, but it's just, it seems kind of my path in a way. It sounds a bit silly, but it was.
Yeah, these are things that happens obviously, and it's a good thing that you're here to share your story. There might be people with other stories, may not be necessarily the same, but the roads, it just shows that the roads can be rough out there.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to come out of this scenario where Angelika is into prostitution, trying to please the partner, to make the partner love her more? How did you manage to come out of this?
Well, it took a while. I left him after 10 years. And then...
So for all that time, were you into prostitution until you actually came out?
Yes, I was working in London in an escort agency, accompanying people to dinner, and you know, I met some nice people, and you know, went to the best places in a way, but you know, the profession is the same really. And it was until I was with one of my regular clients that we had a conversation, and it made me think, because he says, what is a girl like you doing a job like this for? He could see who I was.
Exactly.
What I could not see in myself. And that made me think, again, you know, I've done what my father told me to do. I've done what AJ told me to do. Now it's time for me to do what I want to do. And I wanted to leave for a long time. And I started walking the streets in London looking for a job.
Wow. Because
I had 2 languages, but I never had the courage to go in, because escort agency doesn't look very good on a CV. So
I can wonder you putting it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't give up. I set the intention, and finally at a friend's dinner, another friend was there and said, I'm looking for a sales administrator. And I said, yeah, I'm looking for a job. So I did. And I left being an escort and started a different life, a life I could talk about.
But was it really an easy road? You know, in the other profession, you get loads of money, you work around your own schedule, and then there you are, you're into a straight job, but getting paid less. Yeah,
it was a big change. I was scared. But the freedom,
free to be free.
Yes, that's where my journey kind of in a way started. Yeah, to be me, and to see who I really was, to find out who I really was, because it's like, you know, it's almost like self-abuse. You're continuing a self-abuse, and that stopped then. You know, it's like turning things around. And getting off that journey, getting off that path, and now taking a completely different direction. And my self-development journey started there.
So Angelika, you took charge of your own life, and you were free to be who you are today. Yeah. And now you have coaching and mentoring programs.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, what I've developed is ABC Change for Life. The A is about acceptance, because we have to accept what has happened to us in our life. And acceptance does not make it right. You know, what has happened to me or to anybody out there. It is just a way you have to accept what has happened to you so that you can move forward. Otherwise, it keeps you in the past with your thoughts and with your feelings.
It haunts you even more.
Yeah, you know, and you know, it is a journey. It might be, it is painful. It takes time, but it is necessary.
Yeah, because someone might be wondering, how do I really get to accept, you know, the dark side of my past, to accept what has actually happened to me?
Yeah.
You know, so many people would continue living in denial. I just don't want to accept that this has happened to me.
Yes.
You know, how do you help such people?
It is a very personal journey. Yeah, I would love to be able to say, take a left and then take a right. Yeah, it would be great, but it is, you know, it's not like that. Yeah, it's very personal. It needs mental kind of agility, thinking different in a different way. starting to integrate your experiences that has happened to you, because I try to separate myself from them, but it's not possible. It's me, it's part of me, and I am okay as I am. Yeah, so acceptance is one of the first steps. It takes time and, you know, reading and, you know, some help and guidance sometimes, and then it's belief, because I didn't have a very good belief about myself. No self-worth. I didn't believe in myself, that I could achieve anything. I believed that I had to be like this all the time. So is the belief system, working on your, from negative beliefs to positive beliefs.
Where are you at now? What's your belief system?
Oh, absolutely. I can do anything I want if I put my mind and my work to it. But the work into it. It. Because you have to take action. You have to also know that you have a choice. You know, you can choose to let limiting beliefs hold you back, and questionability, you know, hold you back. But if you choose to do something about it, then you can do anything you want. Your past is not your destiny. Whatever your past is not necessarily the real you. That was not me. What happens in a situation like that, the beliefs from my father, from my environment, was given to me. That I am no good, that I am not worthy.
But now you've mastered, you've got a new belief system, and you know that you are able to do whatsoever you wish and you want to do. Angelika, you know, there's so many people out there, there's so many fears that are holding them back. They can't move forward because of fears of life. How will I be able to get up again? This disgraceful thing has happened to me. I'm so afraid to talk to anybody. I'm so afraid to move on. You know, what do you say to such people?
Well, you know, every case, every situation is different. But what I would say firstly is to find somebody that you can trust and speak to. And this might be a professional, a medical person. You need to make that first step and actually speak to somebody to get help. Yeah, because it is you in such a, you know, such a dark cloud, or you know, living in despair, and there is help out there. So please take the first step and get some help. Make that phone call and change your life.
Angelika, I think you're one person who's in a position to understand women or children that are that have been sexually abused, because out there sometimes people say, why couldn't you just talk? How could all these things happen to you and you keep it a secret? You know, take us through, you know, what happens emotionally when someone is being sexually abused. What keeps people from not opening their mouths to talk about these things?
Well, it's the fear of not being believed. Yeah. It's to admit that something like that had happened to me, because it's so shameful. Yeah. But also my father made sure through all that time that he almost wanted to break my spirit by verbal abuse. You know, I was kept very kind of small. They make you feel small. Nobody believes you. Nobody wants you. You're not worth it to be loved. You're not worth it to be helped. You know, they have their way of doing that. So stepping up and you know, asking for help, it was just impossible. It was too scary.
Angelika, we are so grateful for having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You've shared your life, you've shared your journey, and all of it is in this book. Please do order a copy, Free to Be Me. This might be the only thing that you need to get you out of your situation right now. And thank you so much again for being with us on the show. To all our viewers, all our sponsors, we thank you, because you make the Digging Deep show even go deeper. We are meeting again next week. Do make a date with us. Same time, same channel. God bless you.